Howdy. We're here in Las Vegas, Texas, at Big Bend National Park and Big Bend State Park.
Did you get your smoke bottle?
Yeah. You can see the view out our back window of our RV. Beautiful desert scenery. We're in the Chihuahua Desert, right on the border of Mexico. Our first full day here. Last night this is dark sky area, which means no lights on the outside of your RVs at night after 9 o'clock to see the stars. And you see on that mountain right behind us, right there's a trail going up the side of that mountain. And last night we saw white lights on that mountain, so evidently hikers were camping on the side of that mountain. Today we're going to the National Park main office, visitor center. Get all kinds of information, and I need to renew my America the Beautiful pass. And this is a desert, by the way. So there's all different kinds of cacti, yucca plants, and just the desert has its own beauty. We're getting the truck ready to head out. Off in the distance, you can see the mountain range. On the other side of those is Mexico. But sunrise was beautiful this morning. You can see just over there is the rec center for the campground. This is the Maverick Ranch RV Park in La Vegas. Swimming pool, laundromat, big screen TV, ping pong, all kinds of different things. You can see just what our scenery looks like. So we'll update you as we tour this great national park and state park. Where we're at, we're right between the Maverick Ranch State Park, or Big Bend Ranch State Park, and Big Bend National Park, or right between them. So these mountains that you see here is actually in the state park. But I might try to walk up one of them trails over there. You can see the one trail that goes up the side of this mountain up on top of that mesa up there. So we'll see. We'll get back to you with more video of these parks. Hang in there with us. Howdy, y'all. Tam and I are headed out to Panther Junction, Big Bend National Park, the main office and visitor center. We're just leaving Maverick Ranch RV Park in La Vegas, Texas. And as we see different things, we'll bring you up to date. Coming up on our right here is an old cemetery. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's on the right.
Yeah.
It's been there for hundreds of years. This is a resort area with golf course. Although I don't know why you'd put a golf course in the middle of the Chihuahua Desert, but
To each his own.
we're going through the little town of La Vegas, and then we'll go through the little town of Terlingua and on to another little town. It's Studi Butte, or Study, it's S-T-U-D-Y is how it's spelled, before we turn into the national park. So come along with us as we... The mare was up on the rock. Did you see that?
Yes.
The mare is a goat. So, beautiful desert, mountains. But we'll get back to you as we see good things. Bye for now. Hello again. Is it capturing right, Tammy?
Yeah.
Thought we'd give you a little bit of view of the mountains as we drive Road 118 is the road we're on. And what you see in the distance is the Chisos Mountains. We're headed to the park headquarters. Today is May the 10th, and we started out this morning at 9 o'clock, and it's already 80 degrees. Last night, beautiful night, it got down to 64 degrees after a high of the day of 100. Today is supposed to be another day of 100 degree temperature, so we've got lots of extra water in the truck with us, our backpacks and some snacks, and you never know what you're going to come across in the desert. I was reading where the Chisos Mountains, or this area of Texas, is the very southern end, or southern tip of the Rocky Mountains. And it's the Chisos mountain range, but the desert has its own beauty. It's kind of, what would you say, Mom? It's out here in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
You can see the mountains in the distance. It's kind of hazy this morning, but I believe that these mountains, I think the tallest mountain's a little over 7,000 feet. I don't think it's much more than that. I could be wrong. But anyway, some beautiful scenery of mountains in the desert. And we're coming up to the main beginnings of Big Bend National Park, as you see the sign right there.
What about you?
Mom wants to take a picture, so
Truck out of it.
as soon as traffic gets by here, we'll head out again. We'll keep you up to date on what we find. If we see something interesting, we'll bring you along with us.
See you later. We're heading to, where are we going? The Chisos Basin Visitor Center. This is the Chisos Basin. This cactus is one that Steve really likes.
You can see that cactus there. We've got a book about cactuses that explains them, and that's known as the devil's walking stick, and it just has beautiful flowers on it. Just beautiful. I have not seen that kind of cactus before, but we've got a book on all the different kinds of cactus. But you can see what the mountains look like. Sorry for the diesel engine in the background, but we're headed up to the Chisos Basin. Try to give you a panoramic view of the mountains. Just beautiful. We'll keep going. You can see the mountains here. And I was kind enough to shut off our diesel engine, but it's quite warm here today. So we're keeping the air conditioning running, but you see the mountain up there with a hole in it. That's kind of different. And you can see a panoramic view of the Chisos Mountains. And like I was saying before, we're headed up to the Chisos Basin. It's just a beautiful, beautiful area here. All these different kind of cactus. And we used to have this kind of cactus in our yard when we had our house. Near Austin. And we used to have these beautiful yellow flowers on our cactus there at our house, and I called them the Texas rose. So you can see the fruit that's on the side of it that blooms out into the yellow rose. But this area is absolutely stunning. So we'll keep going. We'll stop along the way when we see something good. Okay, behind us you see the window. There you go, Moms. Mom's scooch down. But that's the window in the Chisos Basin. So we're all ready to go. We got our packs. Mom's got her packs, and we got our sticks. And
This is a short trail.
a short trail, and it's going to get up to 100, 105 today. So we decided that
We'll do a short trail today, and we'll do some others tomorrow.
yeah, we'll take the
Early.
the scenic drive, and
Because it's already almost noon.
yeah. So you don't want to be out here in 100-degree heat.
Nope.
But we've got our extra water and everything. So give you another view of the window back here. I'll turn it around. Okay, there's the window and the valley below. Spectacular view, I gotta say. Just beautiful. Sorry for the wind noise, but it's welcome up here in the weather today, in the warmth. But you can see, I mean, what it's like around us. The Chisos Mountains. And then over here on this side, it's absolutely beautiful. There's a nice little bench here, and I think Mom and I will sit here and
Let's take it all in.
take it all in. There's a nice cool breeze blowing here. I took a picture of a sign earlier. This is black bear and mountain lion country. So you just got to be aware of it. That window is just, what they call the window, is just beautiful. And you can hike all the way down to it. But it's a very long hike, and Mom and I can't do that. So just gorgeous. I like this mountain up here. You see all the different features of it. It's just gorgeous out here. This is Emery Peak, Toll Mountain, Casa Grande. There's Ward Mountain, of course the window, and Vernon Bailey Peak. So you can see just, there's Vernon Bailey Peak, and then the window. And that's Ward Mountain. And then Emery Peak, Toll Mountain, and Casa Grande is up there. That's Casa Grande up there. And so it's absolutely beautiful out here. And it's quite a ways down. But I wouldn't want to try to go down there. You can see all kinds of cactus or cacti over there on the hill. But you can see some of the mountain features. If I can hold the camera still enough. It's just gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. It's kind of hazy today, but it's going to get hot. Hope you enjoy. We'll talk to you later. Everywhere you look around here, it's just spectacular views. Yeah.
Up there reminds me a little bit of Devil's Tower.
The way it juts up there like that. And you see these cropping of rocks. It's just incredible. We were reading a signpost by the National Park Service a while ago, and it said the Chisos Mountains were basically formed like Mount St. Helens from volcanic activity. But in another brochure that we were reading, and like we mentioned before, this is the very southern end of the Rocky Mountain chain. And I think the highest mountain around here is something like 7,000 feet, maybe a little over.
Yeah.
But just great. Everywhere you look, you know, on our drive and hikes, you can see the yellow roses on the cacti. This is swarming with bugs, but there's a lot of them blooming out here. Makes it real pretty. Once these things get growing, the one that was in our yard, I had to use a machete to trim the thing. Once it gets growing, it is a devil to stop. And it doesn't take much water.
And all it takes is one little.
And all it takes is one little start.
Thing, and put it in the ground.
And if a leaf falls off of the ground, it'll start growing again.
Over there. Probably starting growing.
So, you see a lot of cactus like this too. It's a family of the agave. I don't know exactly what the name of it is, but yeah, we got our cactus book, so we can find out. And it's unusual kind of to see these kind of fir pine trees. You don't see that down in the desert valley, but up here, I guess it's cooler, and it gets more rain, more water. And we were reading on a signpost that this area gets a little bit more rain than the desert floor does, but what doesn't get taken up by the plants runs into
down through the window.
Well, down through the creek and down through the window and then out, and then it don't take long to where it's gone. But this is a great little walk from the what was the name of that?
Chisos.
The Chisos Basin Station Visitor Center. But I'll get acclimated to some of these names and get them right here for you. But it's just gorgeous out here. One thing you see out here in the desert area is all these different kind of cactus varieties. You can see this one here. Man, you would not want to get into that. But you can see out there these real tall spires. It's a kind of cactus, but you'll be driving along and you see just hundreds of them. Some of them have like a big long stalk on them, 6 foot high. It's incredible. We just drove by a place where they were just thick, but we couldn't pull over. There was no place to stop. So, but you have all these different varieties of cactus. It's just, and some of them have all these different kind of flowers on them. They're just beautiful. But we pulled off of the road. We're driving over to Rio Grande Station and thought we'd stop off here. It's just all kinds of different vegetation. It's just incredible. But you can see the mountains in the background where we were. And like I said, we're now driving to the Rio Grande Village, not station, but anyway, you can see these over here. And some of them have flowers on them, and you can see how tall they get. I was telling Mom, it looks to me like just like a big tall Indian spear stuck in the ground, you know? They're incredible. And some of them have a lot of flowers on them. So anyway, I just thought I'd stop and show you that. It's pretty hot out here. So we'll keep going. You got to see this plant. Now, I'm not sure what it is. Huh? Candelia. Okay. But some of these, you're driving down the road and they've got real pretty flowers on them. And of course, some of them don't. But there was a whole field full of them just a while ago. We couldn't stop. There's no place to pull off. But and this plant's got little bitty white looking things on it. I'm telling you, there's all kinds of different plants here in the desert. This is the Chihuahuan Desert. Like you can see here on this panel. Despite a tendency to spiny plants, barren ground, and a variety of reptiles, each desert is distinctive. To recognize the Chihuahuan, shift focus from the broad horizon to the indication of plants that characterize this particular landscape. I can't even pronounce that. The agave liquigula grows only in the Chihuahuan Desert. Bladed like a cluster of daggers, it thrives in gravelly soil with less than 10 inches of precipitation per year. Holy cow. You can kind of see where we're at right there. So we are right on the border. And here's some other plants that you see as we're driving down the road. But it's really beautiful. And we're heading back towards the Chisos Basin. So we just thought we'd pull off and show you some of these different plants. You won't see too many animals out here because it's really, really hot. I mean, you can just feel the heat coming off the ground. Last night, our concrete pad where our picnic table sitting at, I mean, it took forever for that thing to cool down. But you can see these different kind of plants. They're just amazing. But you can see some back in there. It's got like orange flowers on them. But I ain't gonna walk out there. I thought we'd pull off and just show you a couple of things.